Hello everyone. Today for reading, we are going to read our selection in our book about King Midas. So you will need your reading books and we're going to turn to page 510. After we read the story and talk a little bit about it, then we are going to work in your packet on the text questions. So you need to get that as well. Okay? All right. So we're going to look on page 510, and our story is called King Midas and the Golden Touch. And I believe we talked a little bit about this story before we had to leave school. And this is a different genre. This is what we call a myth. And a myth is kind of a legend or a story that kind of explains something. Myths are pretty famous in the Greek culture, and next week we will be looking at a couple of myths. Okay, so this is kind of a good lead into our work next week. All right, so page 510, it says, read about a king whose wish for gold causes problems. King Midas and the Golden Touch. Many years ago, King Midas lived in a grand palace with a beautiful rose garden. He had one daughter whom he loved very much. One day, King Midas performed a good deed for a friend, who rewarded King Midas by granting him one wish. King Midas wanted to become rich, but he did not desire money. He did not want to purchase jewels and goods. Instead, he wanted riches that money could not buy. King Midas wished that everything he touched would instantly turn to gold. King Midas's friend granted him the wish. King Midas ran over to his garden and touched a rose. The flower instantly turned to gold. King Midas clapped his hands with glee. King Midas spent all day turning things to gold. By dinner time, he was very hungry and thirsty. He sat down to eat with his daughter and his friend. King Midas reached for the food and water on his gold table, but each object he touched turned to gold, leaving him hungry and thirsty. King Midas's daughter offered him her water. He reached to take it, and without thinking, he touched her hand. Immediately, she turned to gold. 2. Stunned, King Midas begged his friend, "Undo my wish, please." Seeing that he had learned his lesson, his friend undid the wish at once. All the golden objects returned to normal, including his daughter. King Midas hugged his daughter tightly. He had lost his gold, but he had gained back what he truly loved. Some things are worth more than gold. Okay, so instead of using money, what did King Midas use to get rich? He used his wish to that if he touched everything, then it would become gold. Okay, so was kind of be careful what you wish for, but he realized that some things are worth more than gold. All right, so let's go ahead and open up our packet of work, and we are going to turn to our page with our text questions for King Midas and the Golden Touch. Okay, we are going to go through these questions. I will read through each question, and we will talk a little bit about it, and then give you an opportunity to write down an answer. So please stop the video before when you write your answer, and then start it back up for the next question. Okay? All right. So the directions say, answer each question in complete sentences. And we're getting ready for third grade now, so you need to be answering things in a sentence. All right? You will need to look back in the story to find your answer and to provide text evidence. So you have to make sure that you can prove that your answer. Okay, let's look at problem number 1. Question 1 says, what is King Midas's greatest wish? So what was that wish that he wanted? What was it that he wanted when he was given that wish? So write down your answer and then come back and check. Okay, so if I go back and I look to see what his wish was, I would go back to the paragraph where it talked about him getting the wish from his friend. Okay, and he wished, King Midas wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. Okay, all right, question number 2. Explain the problem in this story. So what was the problem that King Midas had in this story? He received his wish, and then this wish created a problem. So what was the problem? Make sure that you're writing your answer in a complete sentence. So please write down your answer. Okay, if we think about the problem, his main problem after getting that wish was that everything he touched turned to gold. Okay, the food that he was going to eat, the water he was going to drink, and even his own daughter turned to gold. Okay, that was the problem in this story. That was the main problem here. Okay, good. All right, question number 3. Explain what the author means when writing, he has lost his gold, but he had gained back what he truly loved. So what did that really mean? What did the author really mean when they wrote that? So think about it. He has lost his gold, but he had gained back what he truly loved. So he wanted to he took back his wish, and he lost his gold, but he gained back what he truly loved. What does that really mean? So take a moment to write down your answer. Okay, the author is telling us that when the king took back his wish, he ended up losing his golden touch. So everything he touched was not going to become gold anymore. But he got his daughter back into a human, and his daughter was the thing that was what he loved more. Okay, is what he truly loves. It wasn't the gold that he really loved. It was his daughter, and he wanted her to not be gold. Okay. All right, and question number 4. What might be the author's message to the readers in the story? So what is the author really wanting us as a reader to learn in the story? What's his message? What's the most important thing he wants us to know about the story? What do you think was his message to us as a reader? Take a moment to write down your answer. Okay. The author was trying to teach us that there are many more things that are more important than riches. People are more valuable than gold. The people that we have around us, our friends, our family, everyone that is special to us means a lot more than gold. So riches aren't really the most important thing, but it's the people that we love. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Tomorrow we're going to do a little bit more work with the story in our Reading Writing Companion book. Have a great day.